Hey guys, so it is the anniversary of September 11th, 2001. September 11th, 2011 today. And I just thought I'd share my story about where I was because nobody ever forgets where they were on that day. Um, I won't forget where I was, but I did forget what happened after, what the rest of the day was like. It was all big blur. I was only 13 years old at the time. I'm 23 now. I was 13 and I was in 7th grade. And I remember being in my classroom for social studies. So very first class of the day, we had just gotten there. Hadn't been there for maybe a half hour when we got a call on the phone for my teacher in the room. And the way we do things, the way we did things in that class was we were learning about American government. So the way we were doing it was we appointed a president um, every 2 weeks, and they would answer the phone. They would take notes for the rest of the class, so and all that kind of stuff. And they would. It was just we had this little hierarchy of people, and we'd get elected every 2 weeks. Anyways, so there was a girl sitting at my teacher's desk, and she went and picked up the phone and answered it, and he was giving a lecture. So what their job was to do was to answer the phone while the teacher was giving a lecture, so he didn't have to stop. And she interrupts him and says, "Mr. Huss, there's somebody on the phone for you, and that you need to come here right now. It's urgent." And he goes, "Well, can you tell them I'm teaching my lecture, and I'll call them when I'm done?" And she tells that to the person on the phone. She goes, "No, it's the principal." And she said that you need to turn the TV on, and you need to come over here and talk to her. And so he turns the TV on as he's walking over, and we see the screen turns on, and the school blocked the TVs, and you needed like a code to turn on the TVs to get out to the. It was weird. I don't even know how it worked. Maybe it was like a switch or something. They turned on the antennas. I don't know. Because it was cable. So that happened. They turned it on, and it was pretty crazy because we saw buildings smoking, and we were just kind of like, "What the hell? We don't know what this is." And our teacher hangs up the phone, and he goes, "Okay, so this is the World Trade Center, guys. They don't know what's wrong with it or what's going on. There's been reports of a plane hitting it, but we don't know. We're not sure. Um, and this is a big deal." And so he went on to tell us about the World Trade Centers and what it was, what they were, and what they did. And so we were kind of getting a little history lesson in social studies, uh, and it was pretty crazy because um, we saw a second plane hit. He was sitting there talking about it, not looking at the screen. Code goes, "Is that a plane?" And he goes, "Don't joke around." And he's like, "No, really." And we're all looking at the screen, and we're like, "Yeah, look." And he turns around, and we see the plane right into the building. And thinking back on it, I don't think I should have been watching that. To be honest, I don't think I was old enough to be watching the plane hit the building. And you couldn't really make out the people that were jumping, um, which is a good thing for us at least. Uh, so yeah, and it was crazy because we ended up going home early. They called the buses, and right before lunchtime, which was like around 10 o'clock for us, they sent us home. And my dad came and picked up my brother for some reason from work, or I don't remember what happened. Why my brother was gone, or why my brother and my dad were gone. Um, but that night, my mom and I went to church, uh, and it was pretty quiet. It's crazy. It's really crazy to just think about it. Um, because I was huge into religion at the time. I'm into religion now. I'm just saying I was like hardcore, everything, pray about everything all the time. I was going to confirmation at the time, and so I was like, I want to go to church. They're holding a service, apparently. They're holding a service. I want to go to church. And so we did, and it was there for about 2 hours. And yeah, so that is my story. I was in class at the time, and I will talk to you guys all later. I'm gonna start making videos, ones that aren't so sad. So yeah, I have many plans for this channel, but I'm not gonna talk about it because it's not worth it today. So, my heart goes out to all those who lost family members, to all those who are mourning today, and it's a tragedy that I'll remember for the rest of my life, and a tragedy that should never be forgotten. See you later, guys. I hope you have a good day.